So if somebody wanted to come visit you at Gold Bricks, where could they find you?
Okay, first you have to buy a ticket, fly to Taiwan. And we're just 10 minutes walk from Taipei Main Station. The address is 台北市大同区重庆北路一段3号2楼. But just use the Google map. I think it would be easier for guys to find us.
So. I'll just find Marcus and he can take me.
Bring me the next shiny new thing. Bring me the next shiny new thing. Bring me the next shiny new thing. Bring me the next shiny new thing.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Big Bad Figcast. My name is Brett, also known as Geek Over 40, and today I am joined by Marcus, also known as Mark's Bricks. How's it going, Marcus?
Hello. I just woke up. It's early here, 9 a.m., but I'm good.
You're still doing better than me. For those who've been following me on Instagram, they know I've been sick the last couple days, so my voice isn't all there, but the show must go on, and I could not miss this interview. Tonight we have a very special guest. They are arguably the top minifigure resellers in the business. They've been around for a long time. You may know them as TierOne Bricks. Today we are joined by their owner, Sari. Sari, you want to say hi?
Hi, Brett and Margaret. Thank you for inviting me on the podcast. I'm kind of nervous, so please let me know if there is anything I can do to make you feel better.
That's my offer to you. What can we do to make you feel better? We're going to do a bit of a first for this podcast. Marcus is here not just because he lives in the neighborhood of TierOne Bricks and can actually go visit, but also because he and Sari both speak Mandarin. If we're in a situation where Sari feels it best to answer the questions in Mandarin, Marcus will be on hand to help us translate. And then we'll have it all, make it all nice and pretty in the final edit, which you'll be hearing when this airs. So that being said, we're basically going to start off at the beginning. Many people don't know that Adam Phoenix Customs releases a fig. It's called a collaboration with a brand called GB, which stands for Gold Bricks.
Mm-hmm.
Gold Bricks is actually a physical store. It is the physical store of TierOne Bricks, which is the website. What we're going to talk about first is we're going to talk about the store. Then we'll talk about TierOne, the website, and then we'll go into Gold Bricks, the brand. Sari, if you could just introduce yourself and tell us how you got started with Gold Bricks.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sari. I run Gold Bricks and TierOne Bricks. I started at Gold Bricks as a part-time employee, and now I run the entire business. It's a fun and rewarding job.
So basically, her sister and her sister-in-law is the actual owner, and Sari is the store manager.
Yes, they are the founders.
How many years have you been there?
Gold Bricks started from 2011. I am here for 9 years. Don't ask about my age.
Sari and I met like 4 or 5 years ago because I think the first encounter I had with her was I called into the store because I wanted a PCB Mark 85 right after Endgame ended. And then that's how I started collecting, actually. We go a long way back.
And you introduced me to her.
Yeah, of course.
And I introduced her to Phil and Jamel and to James and a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, David, or lots of people. I cannot remember. Yeah.
How many employees work at the store, and do they also help you with the website? There
are 5 employees now, including me. And yes, we both handle Gold Bricks and TLB orders.
And I'm sorry, I meant to ask this at the beginning. Do you collect any customs, or do you just sell them?
I do like to collect small things, cute things. I like Daisy. Yeah. Marcus can attest my desk at store is full of cute things. It's lots of it.
When you enter the store, you see immediately there's shelves, Lego sets everywhere. There's a counter, and that's where Sari works most of the time because she's the manager. She has a computer, in front of her. So she basically answers all the messages and replying emails. And then on the counter, you see a lot of, little things around the computer. Yeah.
Dusty.
Do you find that your customers mostly collect regular Lego, or do you find more of them coming for customs lately?
Custom figures has declined popularity in Taiwan. Most custom collectors are from outside of Taiwan, the US, the Korea, Canada, Singapore. So yes, most customer lean towards buying official Lego products in store. Yeah, most customer can see the shelf and say, "Wow, so expensive. What is this?"
I usually go for custom. I only buy sets because I needed to build a mug or something. So, but then if you do go to the store, there's a lot of kids, parents, or even, couples that go there. They mainly, shop for regular Legos. There's a pillar right in the center of the store, and they made it into a shelf, a display. For those who walked in for regular Lego, they'll stop by at the pillar to look at all those, custom figures and go, wow, what are these? Can I get some of these? And then when they heard the prices, they're like, oh, no, that's not for me. I can buy a set with, I buy one set equals one custom figure. How's that work? Right?
So if somebody wanted to come visit you at Gold Bricks, where could they find you?
Okay, first you have to buy a ticket, fly to Taiwan. And we're just 10 minutes walk from Taipei Main Station. The address is 台北市大同区重庆北路一段3号2楼. But just use the Google Map. I think it would be easier for guys to find
I think
us.
so. I'll just find Marcus and he can take me.
Yeah, no problem.
Of course.
So if anybody wants to come to Taiwan and they needed a guy to go bricks, send me a DM, right?
Yeah.
Actually, what's funny? I never met any foreign collectors in the past, but for the past year, I met two. I met Keith Castle in the pool, and then Jerky.
Jerky.
Because Jerky traveled to Taiwan last week. And when I went to the store, I needed to drop some things off, and then I saw him in the store, and it was like, I never thought that I would meet my friends online in person. So hey guys, if you really do want to travel to Taiwan, do visit, right? Do visit.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about regarding the store? If not, we're going to move on to the website.
Nope.
So my number one question. Why is the website called TierOne Bricks and not Gold Bricks?
Well, I think about this question for a long time too. But the reason is that actually TierOne Bricks and Gold Bricks are two separate companies. And I think there's also a different SOP for TOB website and store. It makes more sense for me to manage them as separate company. For example, you want to ask about official Lego set or minifigures, you DM Gold Bricks. But if it's for custom minifigures, you DM TOB.
That makes sense. Well, I'm glad we changed your Instagram recently to TierOne Bricks.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. I'm very old school. I actually don't even have my own Instagram.
You're probably better off. Don't worry about it.
I don't have Instagram account. Yes.
Do you find it challenging to manage the physical store and the online store and keeping things separate?
You mean how challenging is it? Very. I have my hands full every single day. Even when I'm not at store, I'm off. I'm always doing something. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing actually.
I've been a customer for a number of years now, and I think we've only had one miscommunication in all that time. And I've never had a bad order. I've never had a bad delivery. I've never had a bad charge. So whatever you're doing it well.
Thank you.
I mean, from my personal experience, since my first encounter with Sari 5 years ago, I don't recall anything, bad experience, something like that. Never. People always, tell me that they don't reply promptly, but they're running a business. There's always, things that, is ongoing. They have to handle it, but I never had she not replying me for over 12 hours. She always replies me at the end of the day. Or sometimes people, have different time zones. They might, receive the message, differently, the timing differently.
I I get your messages around my bedtime. It's always around 11:30 midnight.
Yeah, usually you get your reply, right away. That's when, the store opens.
I've had one problem, and that was recent,
Yeah.
was when your special Christmas trees arrived.
Oh,
Un
yes, that's a disaster.
Unfortunately, they all arrived broken, but you got another package out, like, the next day in those cool little plastic
Mhm.
balls, which my dog kept playing with and trying to chew up, and, everything was fixed very, very quickly. So thank you.
Yeah, one thing that I can say about Sari is that she's very responsible. One time she told me she oversold a figure, and then she told me beforehand, and I'm like, okay, do whatever you need to, to fix the problem. You've done so much for me already, right? But what I'm trying to say is that she never hides anything. If there's any mishap, she always, come to you with honesty and then comes up with a solution. She will try everything in her powers to help out or make amends.
You sent me a picture of what's coming in my next package, and I saw the replacement sword from Jaka, so thank you for that.
Mhm.
And you helped get me a new cape for my Batman from Abnormal a while back. You've always been very good about talking to the brands and trying to get replacement parts when needed, so I appreciate that.
That's my job.
Well, you'd be surprised, it's the job of a lot of people that don't do it very well.
Okay. Just don't mention any
No, I will
names.
not mention names. We're classier than that on this podcast.
Bomb drop.
You said the demand for customs in Taiwan has gone down. Do
Yes.
you feel the demand for outside from foreigners has gone up or about the same?
Yes. I cannot speak to the fully whole casting market, but the demands on TOB has indeed increased. Friendly number of customers registered on TOB website is increasing
Oh,
every day.
wow.
Not a lot, but I would say from 1 to 10 customers every day increasing into TOB.
Well, we've had a lot
Oh,
more
daily.
collectors, period, coming into the community. So,
Yes, to the
and a
website.
lot of
Yes.
times they're also looking for figures that are already sold out. So they're going to all the different websites and discovering new ones. One thing that's unique about Tier One is the
Mhm.
warranty sticker.
Yes.
Everybody, if you've ever bought from Tier One and you get something in the mail, every piece is packed in a little baggie with a warranty sticker that says warranty voided if broken. Can you explain the sticker and the whole process?
Yes, I understand most of customers don't like the sticker. They hate it, but that's something I have to do because our point of view is that custom minifigures are high priced luxury goods, and customers should receive products quite on par with the price, right? Most brands do not examine and QC each figure in detail. So as for a retailer, we try to make up for that. We try to catch any defects before even shipping out. In fact, I hired 2 younger employees with good eyesight to do that.
They should have my
Yeah, I was gonna
eyesight.
say, don't hire Marcus.
You know, every day, every single
Just
day.
every day they're just putting figures up to their eyes, and so
Yes, and just try to
I've
see.
heard people say they don't like the sticker because they feel like after they open it, they can't make any fixes if something breaks. But that's not necessarily true because in some cases, like with my Jaka Gomorrah fig, you can't inspect how well a figure holds an accessory. So what happened was,
Mhm.
for those who aren't aware, the sword, I put it in the figure's hand, and the hand scraped the paint off the sword. Now they're inspecting the fig for any defects, but they're not gonna play with it and figure these things out. So even
Yeah.
though the steel was broken, they still helped me get a replacement from Jaka. I understand folks may not like the sticker, but it is for our own benefit because think about how many times, and I know there's not a single person on this podcast that's listening right now that can't say they've never received a minifigure that was broken when it arrived. And it sucks because it's hard sometimes because there's a language barrier or a time difference, or sometimes the
Mhm.
customer service, they just don't have it, available, and
Mhm.
you feel lost. As annoying as a sticker may be, it's really to help save you a headache in the future.
Yes, it's a. I won't say it's a guaranteed good, but it won't be too ridiculously broken. Actually, if you really receive a defect and you remove the sticker, most people will still write to us and send photos, and I we will do what we can do for customers.
If they bought from you,
Yes, if they
they
bought from
can't
me.
they can't buy from somebody else and then come to you saying this is broken.
Yes, and that's one of reason we should do that because I personally really meant 我真的遇到过客人是传了照片给我，然后
So I did receive a DM from the customers that
对他
requested
他说
for a replacement. Actually, he sent two pictures, two figures in a picture, but only one of the figure has our stickers, the plastic bag. And so I asked the customers, what's your order number? And then they send one, and I checked.
用处
He only bought one figure for me, but
应该是这
out of courtesy, I still contact the brand of that figure and then got him a replacement for it. So yeah, that's what she said. No, cut that out. Cut that out. I didn't mean
Nope, I'm leaving it
that.
in.
No, wow. Okay.
That's wonderful. That really is. That's great. Recently, you started offering combined shipping
Yes.
because shipping is expensive for foreigners, and you've also offered cheaper versions of shipping. Do you feel that customers are using these options, or they still just gives it to me FedEx as fast as possible?
I think it's both. The reason we launched this combined shipping because we received a lot of feedback from customers who wants to save up on shipping cost, and they don't mind to wait for a longer time for another figures to arrive, right? But most customers still wants to get their figures ASAP. So I think it's both. It's a balance, and actually, we just want to give more options to customers providing whatever they like.
It's good to have options
I don't need any of that. I don't need any of
because you could
that.
just walk over.
Yeah.
One request that I've gotten from listeners, and I've experienced this too,
Mhm.
is when you go to the TierOne website, you always have to select your language,
Yeah.
but it never remembers the language you selected. You always have to do it again and again and again, and sometimes twice. Do you know what's going on with that?
Yeah, I think I have no idea till today. So thank you for letting me know. I'll make sure the website supplier knows and how to fix it. But they are really slow, so I cannot promise everything.
Just looking into
But
it,
that's
that's good enough. We appreciate it.
just this problem, or there are more that I don't know.
The only other problem I've heard about the website in the past was well into the
Mhm.
past, back when the Ultimate Thunderer came out. Yeah, the smile on your face right now, you know what I'm talking about. When the website was
Yeah, I have to
crashing,
take off my
it was
jacket.
getting hot.
Yes.
There have been times in the past where the website had trouble with the traffic and crashed when people were trying to buy hot items. And this is a question I had for later on, there's more open pre-orders now. So there's no
Yes.
rush to get that limited quantity. Do you think that's helped out a lot?
Mhm.
Because
Yes, of
You don't
course.
have to worry about your website crashing so much.
Yes. First, I want to use this opportunity to sincerely apologize again for the website crashing during the release of Ultimate Thunder. It was a extreme outlier in terms of website activity that has never been remotely approached again. I hope it won't never happen again. And as for the pre-orders, yes, it helps a lot with avoiding crashes and ensure everyone who wants the figure will able to get one. As long as the customer is satisfied, I think it's good for me.
Marcus, did you have anything you want to add about TierOne?
I don't use TierOne all that often, because for me it's only a 15-minute drive to the store. But I do use TierOne for references. Whenever I need to check something on the price or which brand has what figure released, I just go there and then I check stuff. But I hardly ever use TierOne to buy anything, to be honest.
Well, glad it's so easy for you.
No, come on, man.
All right. Well, that's being
It's
said,
not my fault.
if we're done talking about the website, I like to go into Gold Bricks, the minifigure brand. You've done collaborations with Phoenix Customs. Everyone knows the line of Thors that you've been doing.
Yeah.
Then you've got the recent big head flash figures with Nuno Brick.
Yes.
And you've also made some figures of your own. You made the Predators.
Yes.
What
Yes,
made you
Predator.
decide? Yeah, they're great. I got them. What made you decide to get into producing your own figs?
Well, the motivation is probably the same as other brands. We saw a gap in the market for certain characters of affordability and quality, and take a chance to branch out from our core business, which is retail and distribution. We just want to give it a shot, actually. If someone can do it, why can't we?
Your Thor line is probably the most popular, working with Adam. I didn't send you this question, but I'm curious how Mighty Thor is coming along. I know we had that discussion about her helmet.
Yeah, I wrote a response for this.
Okay, we'll get to it. So for right now, let's go back to your collaboration method. How do you pick who to collaborate with and what characters you want to do?
Trustworthy. Most of them come to me. I knew most of them for a really long time. So PCB, he will mails to me and discuss the characters he wants to make. I think I didn't pick them. We just have a good communication and alignment on design and production quality. So that's how we work together. And picking character is a combination of what is popular, what is on the market, and what is right for our customers.
Oh, so I think it's pretty interesting because you see now Adam has, shifted from doing his own work and then to work with other brands for collaboration. But I think sometimes brands, they do have to pick a certain genre or certain characters like, GB does. Because right now you're pushing out a lot of Star Wars characters with Adam, right? Because, Mandalorian. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love Mandalorian, right?
就是加一个我觉得选角这件事，当然很多时候我
So
们
I would like
可以
to mention another thing about character selections. One thing that sometimes we don't know what the market wants, so we test the water a little bit, and then sometimes it's crucial for customers and us that we want to make, a series of figures. The reason behind that is that we don't just want to do a single release and then drop the other characters. For instance, Mandalorian, because once you made a Mando, you have to make other characters. And our purpose on that is because we understand the collectors and the mindset of the collectors. The collectors want to have the same series of figures in unison. They want to have the same design patterns and all that. And I think sometimes we don't really choose the characters. The collectors already chosen it for us. It goes the same with Jane Foster's. We believe it's a must because we have already made so many stores. So it's kind of weird to live out Jane Foster in that sense.
Yes, thank you.
You're a rock star today, Marcus. Let me tell you.
No, you know what? This is my first time interpreted. Yeah. I usually don't do a good job, you know?
Well, I won't know the difference.
Yeah, well, thanks.
When you're working with artists, like Abnormal, say, is a very detailed, oriented brand, and Phoenix Customs likes to be a lot more Lego like in some regards. Do you find yourself limited with the designs of what you want to do compared to what the artist wants to do? Do you ever have to find a, do you ever find that challenging?
No, actually, I think brands and designers each have their own style and soul, and we understand that the work that goes into each one. Therefore, we have the utmost respect for what the designer wants to show their art. PCB style is close to official Lego, so I like it a lot. And I think a lot of customers also lean toward this style as they are buying customs to bridge gap in their official Lego collection. And we also hear a lot of praise and love for other brands with vastly different styles. So I don't think there are limitations, just different type of style.
Communication has been a really big subject in the custom community world, customer service and communication. And with Instagram, with Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp, and for those who can speak Chinese, WeChat, there's been a bigger demand for customers to be able to reach brands and resellers faster and get more updates. So if a customer wants to talk to you, what is the best way to get in touch with you?
With me or
Yeah.
with
Well, with Gold Bricks TierOne.
Well, either through GoBricks or TierOne's Instagram official email. We strive to provide quick response on all three platforms. I think I would say under 12 hours, less than 12 hours, get response. Yes. So
Because I've talked to other people that don't buy from you often that I've sent your way, and they've said that you've been very good at getting back to them quickly. So I know there's somebody out there saying, well, of course, she responds to Brett and Marcus because they buy a lot from her. No, other people that have no idea who she is or just learning about TierOne, she's been very good about getting back because they come back to me with stories about how they were taken care of. So I just want to make that clear because I can see how people might think there's a bias.
No matter you're a regular or you're just new to the custom world, she always does the job the way she always does it. So that's why I think she is consistent. There's no, I mean, not naming names, but when you're trying to reach a reseller, they don't reply for days, but not Goldbricks, not TierOne.
Sometimes months.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. Nah, whatever. Don't get me
it's a whole
started.
nother. We'll do a new rant episode later.
Yeah.
but but yeah, and if I know it sounds like we're just talking all this good stuff, it's only because there's good stuff to say. I wouldn't be
Yep.
saying this if it wasn't true. I wanted to make it clear that there's no favoritism in that. If you go, usually you get taken care of. And if not, let us know and we'll reach out to her and say, hey, have you gotten the message from somebody? Use your connections. That's what this whole community is about, is connections. Sorry, my voice is kind of going here. Remember, I'm still sick. Okay, so this is something we talked about really briefly. We talked about Jane Foster, Thor or Mighty Thor. In the past, we've had conversations about certain figs, you and I, behind the scenes, about things like Jane Foster's helmet, because you wanted to keep it off because it wasn't on a lot in the movie and you wanted to save customers money and lower the price point, whereas you have folks like myself that would probably buy two to have both looks on display. Other brands such as Crosscheck are really good about announcing figs that they're going to make and then asking the public, what would you like to come with this fig? And PCB has done it. Jock has done it a little bit as well. Would you ever be open to putting out announcements like that and saying, "Hi, we're making this. Would you like to see this? Do you prefer this or that kind of cape or this type of accessory?" Is that something that GB would be willing to do?
Yes, definitely. If I learned how to do it, I would do it myself. um, I think customer's voice is very important, but not everything is visible, but always helps. So yes, I will do it in the future. But if you are asking about the progress of Jim Foster, please ask Adam, not me. His hand is full now, right?
Right. Well, if you ever want help with the polls, reach out to me or
Mm-hmm,
there are other higher profile accounts, but bigger than mine, even that would be willing to help get that feedback if you'd like.
mm-hmm.
Just let me know.
Yeah, thank you.
There's always myself. You know that there's a bit of an inner circle of hardcore collectors that you can
Mm-hmm,
always talk
mm-hmm,
to. You have other longtime customers. You can talk to Marcus. You can talk to Sket. Can give you opinions as well. I think it's great that you're willing to do it.
mm-hmm.
Some people can't buy customs. They're just not for their budget, but they like the accessories. And for a while, you have had accessories available for your figs available on the website. So you have like Thor Stormbreaker, you've got Wonder Woman's shield and sword, and you have a few others. Did you ever think about creating a new line of accessories just for people that want maybe to add to their official Lego or just to buy for their other customs?
Actually, we do. Our brand called GB Accessories is on the TOB website, and we also carry brick arms and brick warriors. I personally like the accessories too, so I am always looking for something special to make. For example, the Christmas tree customs.
Mhm.
Sometimes just you don't see. I don't see the ideas which is better, which is not. It's hard to pick.
I think personally, I would go towards accessories that are maybe the same, even though there are different versions of the character, like Thor's hammer. There's many Thors, but there's only one hammer. So if some people like to have the exact look for that accessory every single time.
Hmm.
And I know it's challenging now with Captain America. A lot of people are using magnets and stuffs and making all these crazy things. So I know that's a little more complex. But like I only one I can think of is Thor because you have Stormbreaker there already. I mean, if you're open for suggestions, maybe I can put out a feeler and ask people what kind of accessories they'd like to see on the website for the future. Like if
Yes,
you
thank you. Mm.
and this may have to go through Adam, but maybe if you made a separate set of Mando accessories when the fig comes out, that people can just buy the Mando weapons for their
Mhm.
Lego figs or something. I think that'd probably be pretty popular.
Yes, but in the weapons for Mendo is from actually it's from brick arms.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
that all works out.
Because they already made a perfect one, so we just use theirs.
Yeah. Well, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Looking back to when you first started and
Mhm.
where we are today, what do you think are the biggest differences in any way, any context?
I think it's in every way because I I'm a very old school person. Just like I said, I like to chat and interact with customers in store. And after launch TOB website, I find that I spend a lot of time on social media, interacting with customers in English, even on this show. It's been very challenging for me every day. And COVID-19 has changed something too. We have to move our business from store to online store to survive, right?
Hmm.
So new custom brands are being launched every month is a big different too. Because back in the day, we might have one release in 3 months, but now we have almost every week.
I mean, we're
Crazy.
we're talking almost like 20 to 30 releases per week. It's crazy.
Well, if you include the superhero customs,
Mhm.
the fantasy customs like Minifigures Factory and
Mhm.
Lyle Brick, what they do,
Mhm.
and then the Star Wars stuff that's coming out all the time. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's a lot. It's a lot to keep up with. That's why you got to be careful and pick your favorites.
就是以前3个月有一个新品，我可能在我
So back in the day when there's only one release every 3 months, I have the time to research the characters and then know more about the characters so that when a customer approach me about who that is, I can, elaborate more. But right now with 20 to 30 releases per week, it really is challenging for me to know every single characters there are. So yeah, that's a big difference too.
I'm curious, is there any challenge about being a reseller, about customs that you think a lot of folks don't understand?
Yes, that we don't have control when and how the brands release their products.
Well, I think that's a challenge, right? Not only you have to communicate with the customers and your buyers, you also have to do a very good job with communicating with the brands because sometimes each brand has their own issues, their own obstacles and difficulties to get over. In my personal opinions, the resellers also have to be, upfront about it. At least they need to know where the status are, right?
Hey everyone, I'm doing this edit and I realize this is a part where we can probably use a bit of clarity. The commentary you're about to hear regarding how customers should interact and contact resellers is in regards to resellers that already have a long-standing, healthy standing with the public trust. I am not referring to those resellers that have lost that trust in recent times, but rather those resellers that are doing a great job fighting the good fight and ensuring all customers get their orders in a timely manner and without fuss. So that's it. Back to the show. Well, so this is something I see a lot. Brands, as I said before, are more open to communicate with customers directly now. So
Mhm.
brands will tell customers, "Oh, we're shipping this out to resellers next week." And then those
Mhm.
customers go to the reseller saying, "Hey, the brand told me it's coming. Did you get it yet?" And
Mhm.
I understand the excitement, but customers need to realize you are one of many customers. And therefore, resellers are getting many DMs. If you bought it and it's paid for, relax. You're going to get it. That's it.
Yes. Yes,
And
exactly.
I have good friends that I love that drives me nuts when I see them like, because I'm in a group chat for other resellers and I see them like, did this come yet? Did this come yet? Do you know when this is coming? You trust the reseller, so trust the reseller. It'll come. It'll be okay. Now, if it's about when will this particular major figure go on sale? Like when will this go live? Or when will this variant be available? That I understand. But if it's a figure that's been pre-ordered already and it's paid for and we're just waiting for it to finish, just be patient. It'll come. It'll be fine. Now, if you see friends with that figure that you ordered in their hands, you see all these other people with it, and they ordered it from someone else, then go to your reseller and saying, "Hey, did you get this version yet? Did you get this copy? Because my 3 other friends ordered from 3 other places and they all got theirs. Did you get yours? Yours set?" That I understand. Um, but if it's just constant pestering about, "Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it?" Well, every time they're trying to say, "No, not yet," or "I haven't heard anything yet," or "Yes, it's in the mail," and they've got to send that same DM like 30 times, that means other people with legit customer service questions are getting pushed aside and not being answered. That's my hot take on that. Just be patient. If you bought it, you trust your reseller, you know it's coming. If you unless you see it in everybody else's hands, or what happens a lot, Siri, we see a lot of Asian collectors that have the minifigure already from
Mhm.
certain brands, like from like Life Brick or something or Abnormal. So a lot of foreigners will expect the resellers that have it, they're not buying it from TierOne or Tracy or LCM. They're buying it from LifeBrick or from the other websites they have set up. There are other places that aren't open to Westerners that sell custom minifigures. So it's faster to get it because they live in that area. So if you see, like, I remember when Abnormal's Kang minifigure was done. I can't remember the collector's name. I think it's DBBIW. I don't remember how to pronounce the name, but he does a lot of photography for Abnormal. He actually just released Boba Fett pictures this week. He gets them first because he's shooting photography for the brand.
Yes, most of customers don't know that.
Right. So
Yeah.
if they get it first, it's not because it's ready, it's done, it's shipping out. They may have gotten the figure without any packaging or any sort of card and case. They just got the figure to shoot some photos. I've done that in the past. I've shot photos for many figures where the rest of it wasn't finished. They just sent me what they wanted to take pictures of. So that's just something I think behind the scenes a lot of people don't realize. Trust your resellers. If they've been good to you, they'll continue to be good to you. And just be patient. Stop stressing Siri out.
Do you know what's interesting? Because I believe, like 3-4 years ago, Siri might not have this kind of problem because there's not that many collectors around the world, right? But since
Yes.
COVID, the amount of collectors are flushing into the community has, grown exponentially. So it's a double-edged sword, right? It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's on the good side, we have more business, but on the bad side, there's I wouldn't say not knowledgeable, but these people do need to learn more about the nuances behind the scenes. That there's a lot of difficulties behind it. There's a lot of issues to be taken care of, and also one of the most simple thing, time zones, right?
And that's why we do things like this podcast to help break down those walls and make things more transparent and clear for people that may not understand. And I've gotten some great compliments along those lines. So I'll continue to do this as long as it's helping people.
Shout out to Brett.
You did a great job.
Thank you. I mean, as long as you're comfortable, that's all that matters. I know you were nervous about this. And I was nervous about coming on here sick. So I wonder how my voice even sounds.
Well, I'm nervous. This is my first time interpreting. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're doing a fantastic job. So I don't have any other questions left for you, Siri, other than wondering, and you don't have to. I was just wondering if you had any surprise reveals about any minifigures coming up that you'd like to talk about.
Well, not today, but actually we've already made a bulk of our 2024 plans. Marvel, Star Wars, among other things. So just continue, support and follow us.
That's a very good answer. Very rehearsed answer.
Yes, it is.
That's okay. You don't have to. I understand. You can tell me to DM. But I want to say thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you so much for
this
having
means
me.
so much to me. And Marcus, I really could not have done this without you.
No, man.
And I would not be in this hobby literally if it wasn't for you two. So that's why this is very important for me. If I wasn't for your understanding and your help with me getting my figs and patience, some of the payments I've had to put through, and Marcus with your help and introducing me to her to begin with, it really has made this whole hobby worth doing. So I want to say thank you again for that. I also wanted to thank several people that submitted questions. I talked to some folks that have been very supportive of the podcast. I'm going to feel terrible. I know I'm going to forget somebody. I had a list and I lost it in my being sick.
I want to say thank you to Sarah too, because I wouldn't have, keep this hobby going if it wasn't for GoBricks, because she has helped me tremendously. And she's always so welcoming when I drop by, right? We always chat for, almost an hour, which is crazy. We have so many things to talk about. So thank you. And all the staff too. And all the staffs too. The staffers, they're great. So for any
I
of
was saying
you,
people can't see your thumbs up, Marcus.
yeah. Well, I thought we're recording a video. No, we're not. So once again, for any of you that plans on traveling to Taiwan and you're collecting custom figures or you're a Lego fan, do drop by.
So the folks I wanted to thank, Michael Hrang or Chief My Super Dog, Johnny Boom Bricks, MFJ Customs, Ogre Bricks. There's James Diamond Click Bricks, Phil, as we know Phil. Everyone knows Phil. I had it at the top of my inbox, but everyone was wishing me well wishes for being sick, so I lost all the names. I apologize. In the future, I will be asking more vocal supporters to give me inputs and questions to ask. But again, Sari, thank you so much for taking time out of your Sunday morning to be here. Are you guys closed today?
No, we open at 2
Oh, I'm
2
sorry.
o'clock. Yeah.
Do you have the holiday coming up?
Yes,
Chinese New
for
Year?
Chinese New Year.
So you'll be
Yeah.
closed then, all right?
Yeah, for 3 days.
Okay. So, and my package will go out before then, right?
Yes, definitely.
But no, thank you so much again. I can't thank you enough. And if you ever want to come back on, you're more than welcome to. If you ever want to tap Marcus or I to help ask the audience questions about minifigures or ideas for things you want to do in the future, please let us know. We're more than willing to help. And I hope we do you justice when we edit this whole thing together.
Well, my account is dead, so Brett is the central hub for the community right now. So go to Brett. Yes.
You have to be on Instagram for it to, because you're never there anymore. But all right, so we're gonna wrap this up. Sari, did you have anything else you'd like to say?
No, just want to thank you all for your help and support, because I never dreamed about that I would have this kind of opportunity to run this business. It's very honored. So thank you guys.
Oh, the honor is all ours. So thank you. So that being said, go ahead and close us out. For those listening this far, thank you so much. If you have any questions, be sure to hit up Sari. Again, she can reach you through Instagram or Facebook Messenger under TierOne Bricks or Gold Bricks. Marcus is Mark's Bricks, and I'm Geek Over 40. If you want to say thank you, you can buy me a coffee. There's a link in my profile on Instagram to do so. You are never obligated, but it is always appreciated. And until then, it's time. We'll talk to you later. So everyone say bye.
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 I want you on my rack. I want to make you ring. I want you to unwrap. I want to pull your string. Bring me the next shiny